When I started this company, I thought, okay, raising funding, if you raise funding, then you're a successful entrepreneur, right? It's not like that. Right now, I would recommend other entrepreneurs that if they start their adventure, that they should start small and think about, okay, what is my minimal viable product? What is my MVP? Just had a conversation with, let's say, our senior team, and they say that they are saving up to 40 to 50% of their time because of working with AI.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Devico Breakfast Bar. Here we speak with different people involved in the business landscape, share their expertise, delve into the latest tech trends, and explore the ins and outs of IT outsourcing. I'm Oleg Sadikov, and today I'm excited to have Tim Rutgers, founder and CEO at Bloqhouse Technologies. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss new episodes. Hi Tim, and thanks for joining me today.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
Let's start our podcast with a little blitz. I start a sentence and you continue, okay?
Okay.
Entrepreneurship gave me.
Freedom.
Entrepreneurship deprived me.
Of sleep.
My main superpower is.
Multitasking.
My main weakness is.
Emotions.
When I'm afraid I
have trouble sleeping.
Could you walk us through the story of founding Bloqhouse Technologies, and was there a specific problem or gap in the market that you wanted to address?
When we started the company actually almost 8 years ago, myself and the two founders back in the days, we had some personal experience with investing via digital apps with complete digital onboarding, etc. But that investing resolved mostly on listed stocks and bonds, etc. So we were actually looking for a platform to invest in private placements, specifically for real estate. We started looking into the market and didn't really find a platform that suited us, both because of the characteristics of the financial instruments that were offered there, but also the digital experience was not really something that we wanted to use ourselves. So we jumped into that gap.
Bloqhouse started as B2C company and then changed to B2B. What led to that decision and what were the key learnings from that transition? So
as I said, we wanted to set up an investment platform ourselves for the retail investor to be able to invest in real estate. And we started to dive into the market and understood quickly it's also, apart from the fact that you need to find product market fit and you need to build the software, it's also very much a regulatory story. So of course, and I think it's super good thing that regulators are there, but investors are protected, right? So we started to go into a long trajectory with the authorities of financial markets here in the Netherlands and into conversations about what we wanted to do. And it actually took 1+ year. So after 1+ year, we were like, okay, this is not for us. Let's move from B2C into B2B, start focusing fully on the software aspect and actually white label the platform that we had built for ourselves and start offering that to other investment companies into the market.
What were the key strategies that help you to establish credibility and gain traction?
The key strategy was actually just knock on every door that you can find. Wear big pants, big shoes. We actually started to knock on the doors of the bigger real estate investment firms here in the Netherlands. And it didn't took us too long to get into the meeting room with the decision makers there. And about, I would say 6 to 9 months in after the pivot, we signed our first contract with one of the biggest real estate investment firms in the Netherlands. And that really helped us also towards new potential clients to show, hey, this is our client. That was a key strategy at that moment in time to get the ball rolling.
Are there any key lessons that you learned that you wish you knew when you started your entrepreneurship journey?
There's a lot of key messages. I did a lot of things wrong, or at least I would do them differently right now. One of the main things is that I would start small, whereas when we started, we really had like major dreams. And right now, I would recommend other entrepreneurs that if they start their adventure, that they should start small and think about, okay, what is my minimal viable product? What is my MVP? Work towards that relentlessly with a small group of people, and if possible, also without external funding. If it's possible, I would move into the MVP status, or let's say status of the product, without actually raising external funding. Because that's another lesson that I had, that when I started this company, I thought, okay, raising funding, funding. If you raise funding, then you're a successful entrepreneur, right? It's not like that. And the moment that you raise funding, that's the moment that actually the things start going. So I would do that differently. Point one, because in the beginning, you need to focus on the product, build the product and build the company and not be busy with raising funding all the time because it takes a lot of time. So that's one reason. And the other reason is that if you have that funding in, you're also in the position that you need to listen to others, or at least up until a certain extent, you're not behind the steering wheel anymore. Of course, depends a bit on how you structure things. But that's the two main reasons why I would do it without external funding, at least that first phase.
What are the key factors in building a scalable SaaS platform?
For me, the key point to success is having the right people and having the right team. Even back in the days when we were young and we didn't have any clients and no revenue, we were already able to interest people in working with us that are highly skilled and super driven. That's point one. And it doesn't really need to be a SaaS company, but for any startup, I would say that if you spend time on attracting the right talent, right? It's super important to have the right people in. And then, more specifically for SaaS, what I would do differently, let's just take it from that angle, is that before we were, and of course, that's part of starting a company. But the only thing that we wanted is to get the revenue ball rolling. So we're actually really focused on getting clients in and saying yes to everything that the client wants. Whereas right now, we're much more in a scalable solution where we don't say yes to everything that the client wants. And we have, of course, a product roadmap where we build towards. So my point is that keep the eyes on the prize, keep the eyes on the product. Make sure that the vision that you have on the product is actually not being determined too much by what the client wants, but what you think is best. And of course, that's something that you need to discuss with your clients. So listen close to them, have good conversations about what they want, but don't just start coding everything that they want.
How do you ensure scalability and reliability in a cloud-based investment platform?
Of course, we've taken a lot of measurements to make sure that our platform is secure. That has to do with, of course, being DORA compliant, which is one of the latest, latest legislations, which our clientele need to abide to. But also we have penetration testing. We have a big internal testing team, so a big QA team that is continuously testing either manually or have end-to-end tests in place that make sure that the quality of our software is as good as it gets. And while using the cloud solution, of course, part of the security lies at the cloud provider. So that's also something that in our case helps a lot with the security. Those are some of the aspects.
AI is rapidly transforming industries. What excites you the most about AI potential in your industry?
I think in my industry, and then specifically the SaaS industry, what I see is that developers that are already very efficient and very talented, they become even more efficient and thus are able to do much more than that they could do before because they're also able to utilize AI in their advantage. So what excites me the most is the increase in productivity and the increase, or I would say decrease in repetitive tasks also within the development sphere because of the fact that those repetitive tasks can be managed away by utilizing AI.
How do they use it in their development process? What are the numbers? How much time do you save?
Interesting that you asked that. I just had a conversation with, let's say, our senior team, and they say that they are saving up to 40 to 50% of their time because of working with AI. It depends a bit, of course, on who you ask, but I would say on average, it's between 30 and 40%, something like that.
How do you build and maintain a strong company culture in a fast-growing company like yours?
It's one of the main tasks that I have as a CEO and as a founder is to preserve that culture. So we're a very flat, young and ambitious organization. And we have people from all over the globe that are working with Bloqhouse. And all over the globe, I mean that they are coming from, let's say South America, from Asia, from Europe, etc. But what we do have is we have actually two headquarters. One in Spain, in Almeria, and one in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. What we do to preserve that culture is within, let's say, the subculture of the two offices, there's a culture of, let's say, going to the office on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. We have a lot of out-of-office events that we organize together. But 3 times per year, the whole group comes together, either in the Netherlands or in Spain or in a location elsewhere, where we talk about strategy, we talk about the team bonding, but mostly what we do is just enjoy, let's say, some time off together and talk about other things than work.
Are there specific regions or countries that you find particularly promising for tech talent?
Yeah, very amazed by the talent that is coming from Spain, actually. Our CTO is Spanish, and he's been with us since the beginning of our journey. And yeah, he started working at Bloqhouse in Amsterdam, so moved to Amsterdam for us the first 2 years of his career. Started as a junior dev here, and then slowly but gradually went into development, senior dev, and right now he's the CTO. And he moved back to Spain, has a very good network there, and we have a lot of good talent coming from that region. And super happy with that connection that we have right now between the Netherlands and Spain. So yeah, I would say Spain.
Being based in the Netherlands, do you notice any unique challenges or opportunities in the tech industry?
Yeah, it's a pretty specific answer, but what we see is because of change in government that we had here in the Netherlands, there's also quite some changes with regards to, let's say, the subsidies that are being made available to attract knowledge migrants, right? So before, the Netherlands was really pushing for getting as much knowledge migrants into the Netherlands from the EU, and there's a lot of tax benefits that you could get if you are coming from EU countries. But because of the fact that there's a different government now, they're scaling back on those subsidies, which actually means that it becomes less attractive for people to come to the Netherlands, but also the people that have come to the Netherlands because of this subsidies and this tax benefits, for them, of course, it's not so nice that things are changing. So it's a pretty specific answer, but that's something that we're noticing right now here.
Bloqhouse Technologies has an in-house team, which is
correct,
which is a big decision in the tech industry. What led you to prioritize an in-house approach or outsourcing?
So one of the main reasons is the before mentioned culture. For me, it's more easy, and it also has to do with loyalty from me, from the company towards the employees, but also from the employees and the team members towards us. It's point one, for me, an easier way to preserve culture, to be able to actually form a team where everybody stands behind the same mission, everybody works, let's say, on the same pace and has the same goals, because I want to be loyal towards them and give them the security that I think that they deserve.
Maintaining an in-house development team can be challenging. What strategies have you employed to effectively manage and nurture its internal development talent?
One of the things that we do is we actually have close conversations with people that work for us to see how they can be at their happiest and their most effective within Bloqhouse. So for example, what we see is, okay, yes, we have this before mentioned headquarters in Amsterdam and in Almeria, but if somebody wants to travel around for a specific period of time, we'll be flexible in that, right? So we want to also have people be able to follow their professional dreams with regards to, for example, a period of time of traveling around. That's one thing. Also, we really listen to what direction that they want to take within the company. So, for example, if you start as a developer, but you see that you are more interested into the back end or the front end, we provide ample opportunity to move within the company towards the region that you want to develop yourself in. And another thing, for example, is 1.5 years ago, we set up a learning and development trajectory where we offer everybody that's working for Bloqhouse, let's say internally, a budget for training to become better on the job, but also a budget for training to do things outside of the job, right? So, for example, we have people from Europe that want to learn Dutch, and we provide them with the possibility to learn Dutch via courses that we provide from Bloqhouse Technologies side. Stay very close to your employees and listen well and have good conversation about where they want to go within the company, but also outside.
Are there specific tasks or projects that you believe could potentially benefit from outsourcing?
I'm not against outsourcing, not at all. I think the nicest way to organize yourself is to have a core team and then a flexible, I would say, pool of people that you can work with when, for example, there's too many projects that you can handle based upon the current employee count, or I would say, for example, specifically for testing, so Q&A, etc. It might work well to have external people that join the company for either a short period or a longer period, because they look at the software and the situation of the company with fresh eyes, and they're not burdened by any pre-knowledge that they might have. So I think that could work very well.
Not only pre-knowledge, but I think also tools, devices, environments, because usually outsourcing companies, they do have a lot of devices to test on, form factors, tools within their experience, which you cannot basically get hiring an internal team. You have to invest a lot of money into testing. Yeah, it definitely makes sense. I totally agree with you. As we wrap up our conversation, drawing from your own experiences, what advice would you give to others, inspiring entrepreneurs or individuals looking to disrupt traditional industries with innovative technologies?
Yeah, so the main advice would be think about yourself and think about your own health. And what I mean by that is that if you start a company, it could be one person, two person, three people, but you're the one that needs to pull it through, right? You're the one that needs the company to go from zero, from literally nothing, maybe a LinkedIn page, to one, to have revenue and to scale your company. And so I would say always take into account your own mental health, your own situation in terms of, I would say, bodily health. So go to the gym, sleep enough, make sure that you have enough salary or management fee so that you're able to get through the day. Because in the end, if you don't create a situation and the ingredients for yourself to be able to excel, then it's going to be a very difficult situation. So that would be the advice that I give future entrepreneurs.
Thanks, Tim. If you enjoy our discussion and want to stay updated on future episodes, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way, you will not miss out on the latest insights and conversations from the Devico Breakfast Bar. See you in the next episode.